You've probably heard before that it's impossible to burn fat and build muscle at the same time. You've heard before that you need a big calorie surplus to gain muscle, and you need to be rammed into a harsh deficit to burn body fat. So how on earth can you do both at the same time? Here's the thing, they are wrong. And you can achieve the holy grail of body recomposition, knowing how to burn body fat and build muscle at the same time if things are set up correctly. And in this video, I'm gonna give you the keys to the kingdom. So take notes, let's go. Yes team, what is happening? Sharif here from SL Coaching, founder of 23 Lean. If you're brand spanking new to me and my content, a very brief introduction as to why you should even listen to me in the first place. I help coach men and women predominantly in their 30s and their 40s, busy CEOs, entrepreneurs, mums, dads, and just busy folk change their lifestyle, habits, standards, routines, and ultimately body composition so they can look their very best in a way which doesn't complicate their already busy life via training, nutrition, and mindset methodologies, which absolutely send their results through the moon. You can go ahead and catch me on Instagram where I'm most active at Sharif Lawton. Drop me a DM, we can have a back and forth as that is where I normally hang out on the interwebs and what have you. But without further ado, let's dive into this video because you're gonna get a ton of value from it. Now, when it comes to body recomposition, and again, just so we're very clear, burning body fat and building muscle concurrently, you'll often hear coaches and social media influencers say that, yes, that is possible, but only under about 4 key circumstances. So let's just run through what you normally hear in the normal rhetoric and how actually they've got it completely wrong. So they will say things like, well, you can achieve body recomposition if you are a rank beginner or you're just starting out, because essentially your body is like a blank canvas and you have the ability to burn body fat and build muscle, which is absolutely correct. Number 2, they'll say things like if you're on a ton of anabolic drugs or substances which allow you to basically beat your own hormones and natural physiology, and therefore you have the ability to supercharge your metabolism, supercharge your hormones, and indeed supercharge your results. And again, that is absolutely true. Then they might say as well, say you're injured or had a layoff from the gym and you basically lost a lot of muscle tissue. The ability to regain tissue in which you have lost before is actually far easier than gaining new tissue, and therefore in that particular circumstance you can indeed build muscle and burn body fat. Again, also true. And then the last one is if you are drastically overweight or you are very high in body fat, then this scenario of body recomposition can actually apply to you as well. But then they'll say things like, if you're not in any of those 4 circumstances or categories, you're gonna have to pick. You either have to pick bulking, whereby you're in this big calorie surplus and you have to gain a bunch of body weight and body fat in order to build any muscle, or you have to choose cutting, whereby you're slashing calories, you're really high in food focus, energy dips, you're super hungry all the time, feeling very weak, and you basically are just gonna have to flip-flop between the two if you want to achieve the very best results. And I don't know about you, but for me and certainly my coaching clients, that is no life in which we want to lead, and we want to look and feel amazing 365. And I'm going to show you exactly how without following the mainstream advice. So let's make this super simple. Fat loss is an energy dependent process. Muscle building is a signaling dependent process. The 2 tissues are not the same. When you're in a calorie deficit, your body will burn tissue for fuel. Now that might be fat mass or that might be lean mass. If your protein intake is nice and high and you're training progressively with the style of training that we talked about in the last YouTube video, then the likelihood is that you're going to be losing predominantly fat mass, which is exactly what you want, as you're sending signals to your muscle tissue to grow. And by doing things in this way, your body will prioritize muscle maintenance or even growth and burn body fat for fuel. Again, exactly what you want. And the reverse is also true. If we look at building muscle, if there is no signal that your body needs that muscle tissue on its frame, then you can eat as much as you want, but you're never gonna grow. And this is why progressive overload in the gym is so important and paramount. And we give all our clients inside 23 Lean a crystal clear roadmap as to how I want them to progress in the gym so they can actually start training and not just get into the gym and exercise, get all hot and sweaty. And a key KPI or metric when it comes to this sort of thing is knowing that if you're getting stronger in the gym, hitting PRs, being able to train with more weight or more reps over time, and your body weight is slowly but surely going down, safe to say you're burning body fat and building muscle tissue, which is a great thing, but only if you've got things set up correctly. And when it comes to muscle building, we have to debunk some common misconceptions. People think that it's all about eating big to get big, but let's just explore that for a second with an analogy which hopefully you can understand straight away. Imagine someone completely sedentary, eats 10 pizzas a day, but doesn't hit the gym. Will those calories magically turn into new muscle tissue? Of course not. Without the stimulus for proper training, those calories are just stored as fat, and you know that. And on the flip side to that, eating a ton of food and lifting won't automatically lead to loads and loads of muscle growth. Muscle building is driven by the quality of your training, not just how many calories you're getting down your neck. In fact, a recent study developed in 2023 found that by eating in even just a 5% extra calorie surplus literally only led to more fat mass and not more muscle growth. Overeating doesn't make you stronger, it just makes you fatter. And then of course, after bulking and putting on all this weight, what happens? People decide they need to cut and they just get into a massive deficit and cut too aggressively. But here's the problem. Steep calorie deficits have been shown to stall muscle growth or even increase the risk of muscle loss. The exact opposite of what you actually want, and research confirms this. The solution is to stop the extreme bulk and cut cycles if you want to look good and feel good with your clothes on and your clothes off 365, and actually get into more of a body recomposition method whereby you really can have your cake and eat it. And when it comes to nutrition, the way in which to achieve this is to essentially stay at rough maintenance calories, maybe a tiny surplus if you want to maximize muscle tissue, but we're literally talking about 100 to 200 calories above maintenance tops, or just a slight deficit if the main goal is fat loss, but essentially you still have plenty of calories coming in to support the muscle building process so you get the best of both worlds. And as long as you can gradually adjust as you go along, you'll be supporting muscle growth without the fat gain to match. Now, this isn't just theory or something which I've gone away and swatted on with a bunch of scientific research and what have you. I've seen body recomposition so many times inside my private coaching group, 23 Lean, time and time again. And as you can see with the pictures on the screen right now, over and over again, we achieve these sorts of results absolutely no problem, despite the rest of the industry telling you that it can't be done. And not just my own anecdotes. If you actually just look at the studies, it is proven that body recomposition can happen even in more advanced athletes. For example, this study showed that overweight beginners can gain muscle and lose body fat whilst weight training. Elite athletes such as gymnasts and rugby players, they've all dropped body fat whilst building muscle. Even elite and seasoned athletes have achieved body recomposition with optimized training and nutrition. The bottom line is that body recomposition isn't something which is a fluke or can only happen in select circumstances, and actually is quite common and probable once you set things up correctly, as I've demonstrated. Now, if you've enjoyed this video, it sparks some curiosity as to, okay, how can I actually train a certain way, eat a certain way, and achieve the holy grail of body recomposition, just like I do with my coaching clients inside 23 Lean, as you've seen, and indeed that the literature supports, and you're sick of the bulk cut cycle, the in shape, out of shape roller coaster, and want to do something different, I have something absolutely incredible for you. It is out right now, a brand spanking new coaching program just focusing on body recomposition called Jacked, which I cannot wait to get into your hands and for you to grab a copy of. We're talking plug and play nutrition and macro calculators in order to hit your goals when it comes to recomposition. We're talking about grab and go, sample daily training plans, which you can just plug into a routine blindly, which are going to optimize the way in which you train, again, so you can burn fat and build muscle at the same time, as well as knowledge about how to use carbohydrate and calorie cycling on your training days and non-training days to get the most out of this method of burning body fat and building muscle. But that's not even the crazy thing about this. This comes at an absolute ridiculous price tag, especially given the fact that we are now launching it on Black Friday and what have you. For only £27, you can get a copy of Jacked, plug and play, good to go, straight out the box. And you're going to absolutely love the depth, the detail, the swipe files, the knowledge, and just the implementation, which you can find on the inside, all from a click of a button in the comment section below. Go grab yourself a copy, and I cannot wait to hear what you think about it. Drop me a little message on Instagram at Sharif Lawton. We can go back and forth, and looking forward to hearing about all your results with the protocol. Team, hopefully you enjoyed the video. I'm really enjoying the feedback from this YouTube right now, and the channel is absolutely growing arms and legs, and we're really gaining some momentum right now. So I'll talk to you in the next one. Go pick yourself up a copy of Jacked for £27. Doesn't even make sense my end, and I look forward to seeing you on the inside on the next one. Have a great week. In a bit.